Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In your top stories, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. The U.S. Labor Secretary is here in Las Vegas today to discuss President Biden's American Jobs Plan with Nevada workers, employers, and education leaders. Labor Secretary Marty Walsh took part in a roundtable discussion at the College of Southern Nevada with the governor and announced the Department of Labor is awarding $130 million in grants for apprenticeship programs across the country. Walsh then spoke about what he will be taking back from Nevada to Washington.
An opportunity for us to market more about what's available. That was a brilliant suggestion that was made. Also, collaboratively working closely together. I feel very comfortable that the state of Nevada knows exactly what to do with the money. The folks at this table know exactly what to do with the money. We need to make sure that's consistent across the country.
He also touched upon bridging higher education to the Nevada workforce. And as we've been reporting, Las Vegas home prices are rising, and that's led to some questioning our city's affordability. A Las Vegas-based company is now banking on those looking for lower-priced options. Harmony Homes has begun development for a 234-unit townhouse development in the central Las Vegas Valley. According to Harmony, prices should start in the low $200,000 range. And the company behind the high-speed rail line from Las Vegas to California is putting the brakes on the project, at least until next year. Brightline West's project was on track to break ground in 2020, but is now waiting to request essential funding until 2022. Brightline's spokesperson says the pandemic has slowed the planning process. At full build-out, the project was projected to cost $8 billion. Also expect delays on U.S. Highway 95 near downtown Las Vegas. Beginning Sunday, southbound traffic will be reduced to 2 lanes between the Spaghetti Bowl and Eastern Avenue. Northbound lanes will be affected starting June 29th. It's part of a $40 million project to rehabilitate the viaduct. Now on to your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. Las Vegas is under a red flag warning, meaning all this heat and wind make for the perfect storm for a fire. Earlier this morning, fire officials say what started out as just a trash fire quickly spread to a nearby towing and salvage yard business. Thankfully, that red flag warning should end later tonight. We're cooling off to the mid-80s with mostly cloudy skies. As for tomorrow, we have a chance of rain and a break from all this heat. Highs around the upper 80s. Skies should clear up later this week and things heat back up by the weekend. Now on to your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada. Bank on accountability. When the clock strikes 11 p.m. Thursday, Resorts World Las Vegas will start a new chapter after once being the home to the storied Stardust. Review Journal's Renee Semmerauer has more. Good evening, Renee.
Good evening, Jen. With the resort nearly opening, MGM Resorts International executive Scott Sabella says Resorts World will have tributes to the Stardust. Just to give you a timeline, the Stardust closed in November 2006 to make way for Boyd Gaming's Echelon Resort, which had a formal groundbreaking in June of 2007. But when the economic roof collapsed, Boyd stopped the project's construction in August 2008. It wasn't until March 2013 that the Malaysian-based Genting Group rode in with a rescue plan.
And Scott Sabella just fit that bill perfectly because he was at MGM Resorts International for, I think it was like 8 years. So having somebody who had a lot of background in what Las Vegas is about, he was born here, grew up here. So it was like a perfect fit.
For full coverage of the grand opening of Resorts World and its historic development, log on to lvrj.com. Jen?
In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Speaking of Resorts World Las Vegas, it's also set to be the first hotel casino to partner with GRUBHUB for food pickup, room delivery, or pool complex. Food ordered to the pool deck will be stored in a scannable restaurant locker. Plus, Westgate's International Theater is setting up a new R&B production called Love Music, the Las Vegas Residency. Show's producer says it will be, quote, a nice shindig.
Here's the latest in sports. International rugby returns to the city of Las Vegas for the first time since 2019, and the game will be played right here inside Allegiant Stadium. USA Rugby will take on Ireland on Saturday, October 30th in the inaugural Las Vegas Rugby Cup.
There was just a hunger behind the city. I know there's a lot of people doing a lot of groundwork to try and get rugby moving here, definitely at a professional level, but obviously for events like this. So pretty excited to call this home on October 30th. I would choose to describe more of the spirit of the game. The spirit of the game is about camaraderie. It's about sportsmanship. It's, the old saying is a gentleman's game played by hooligans. It's a special sport, and it's very inclusive. It's very accepting. It's a great sport.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. If the Golden Knights advance to the Stanley Cup final, they will probably have to dethrone the defending champions. The Tampa Bay Lightning are -620 favorites at Circa Sports to advance after taking a 3-2 lead in their semifinal series. The New York Islanders are +475 to come back and win the last 2 games.
In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. Most have heard about the $1 million grand prize money through Nevada's upcoming vaccine raffle. But there's a total of $5 million in prizes through 8 weekly drawings. So what are the other prizes? For those 12 to 17, prizes include 135 college savings accounts ranging from $5,000 to $50,000. And for those 18 and older, there will be more than 100 cash prizes ranging from $1,000 to $250,000. And for all ages, there are prizes of state fishing licenses, annual entrance permits to state parks, some 2,000 prizes in all. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy, Clark County, you've probably heard of painting and wine, but new to Las Vegas and Henderson is Pinspiration, an art studio that takes it to another level.
My vision for Pinspiration is definitely what our tagline says, where community meets creativity. So I want to be involved in the community as much as possible, have them come in and be happy crafters, but also go out and help the community in whatever way that I can.
Visitors can work on projects like acrylic pours or go at it in the splatter room. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7. Good night.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.